Kind of happy with how this thing turned out. Last week when I went out, I made the plow point shelter where the peak extends all the way up. But I burnt some more holes in my tarp, so. Whoops. Maybe the fire's a bit too big. I burnt some holes in my tarp. This week I wanted to try something different so I can bring the fire a lot closer to my shelter. I'm hungry. For dinner, potatoes, sausages. Olive oil, oregano and garlic powder, salt. So you'd think I'd learn from my mistakes at this point, but the wind is coming from the south and it's actually being backfilled into my tent and it's bringing all the smoke with it. So it's coming around the tent, grabbing the smoke and pushing it into my tent. I did this last year. I think I would have learned from my mistakes, but here we are. It's not so bad at this moment, but a second ago was really bad. This is why I don't often use snow. It depends on the type of snow, but this is completely packed full of snow, and let's just see how much it creates. Oh yeah, look at that. Barely even a quarter full. The sausages have seen better days. Woo! 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 Ooh. Sour cream. It honestly doesn't need it, but we got it. Okay. Let's try the potato. Everything's gonna be all right. Thank goodness. This is the second best part of the day. The best being getting the fire going. Yeah, it's too smoky in here with the fire going. I'm gonna put the fire out, fix the shelter a little bit, and crawl into bed. Currently about -15. So here's my sleep system. I got a Mech Talon -30 sleeping bag, Thermarest Z Light corrugated sleeping mat, Sea to Summit Ether Light XT Extreme sleeping pad, which should have an R value of 6.2. Usually I have this underneath, but what I've noticed on my last trip and this trip is that my back gets really cold, like really, really cold. And when the corrugated sleeping mat was underneath the Sea to Summit pad, I was absolutely freezing. Absolutely freezing. I was wearing only merino wool base layers. And last night I also had a bottle of boiling Nalgene in my bag with me. So it should be more than enough to keep me warm. But honestly, my backside was cold until I put the corrugated sleeping pad on top of my Sea to Summit pad. So mind you, I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm not opposed to that fact. I'm probably doing something wrong. I was actually thinking about staying out for 2 nights this trip, but I don't want to be cold, and tonight's going down to -25. So until I figure this out, yeah, just gotta take it easy. I would have really liked this shelter if it wasn't for where I put it. Lesson learned again. Right on. Life is good. So I think the plan is I'm going to stay for another night. I'm going to switch spots and hopefully find a nice comfortable place to camp. I know my sleep system is kind of giving me troubles, but this will really put it to the test, I guess.
Yeah, it's like 5 to 10 degrees outside, which is crazy because it's a 26-degree difference from yesterday.
And it's supposed to go down to -23 tonight, which is pretty remarkable. And then those clouds over there don't look very friendly. If that's rain, that's bad news bears. Yeah, really bad. So I'm just going to do a really simple triangle shelter today because my sleeping system is kind of cold and I want to make sure I have optimal conditions in order to test it tonight at -20 to -23. leave it like this for now. And then tonight I'll take down these 2 poles, peg in the front, and make a tent. Hot chocolate. It's hot. Delicious. So last night was pretty cold and I was wearing only my merino wool base layers, and honestly I didn't think I was damp whatsoever, but who knows, maybe I was. So I'm going to take them off completely and just swap into something else, and maybe that'll do the trick tonight. We'll see. So for second dinner, just doing one of these Alpine pre-made meals. I'm not even that hungry, I just want to make sure that my belly's full for when I get in my sleeping bag tonight, because having a full belly helps warm your body as you sleep. I'll play.
Captain's log. It's cold as heck out and my new sleep system ain't doing me no good. The 3 nights I've used it so far, I've woken up an ice cube, which is a real bummer. Of course, I could be doing something wrong. I guess at some point I should probably take responsibility for the bad stuff that happens in my life. But it sure as heck ain't happening today. Xander Bander out.
I'm just using my ground sheet to give myself another wall because the wind is kind of coming from this direction. I feel like I'm gonna have a good night's sleep tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. is freezing. Oh.
About negative 23 to 25.
So last night in the middle of the night I started to get cold, so I added this Sea to Summit fleece liner. It helped a little bit, but this morning my toes were freezing and I think my whole core temperature was just absolutely super low. So it's bitterly cold out and I'm heading out. My sleep was far from ideal last night. I had moments where it was pretty decent. This morning I was absolutely freezing. Not as bad as some other nights, but not as warm as I'd want to be, given the type of sleep system I'm trying to set up. But I'm happy I stayed out for a second night because I feel like I'm one step closer to dialing in my sleep system. I know I got to work out some kinks, but I feel like I'm getting to where I want to be. I love being outside. I love the winter, but I hate sleeping cold. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the one as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
It's getting close to negative 30.
Yeah, it's about as cold as I've ever camped.